Let's go ahead and get a look at your weather forecast where Brittany is looking ahead to Sunday's forecast. Brittany, it was a great day today. What's tomorrow looking like?
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. We do still have some of that drier air and windy conditions. And even though the breeze is going to go down a little bit overnight, we are still going to look at a high to very high fire danger index as we look ahead to Sunday. So again, we're getting a little bit of help from those slightly lighter winds, but we're still going to be watching this fire danger risk over the next few days just because we really haven't had a ton of rain as of late. And of course, you add in the really dry conditions, and that certainly doesn't help. Now, the good news for Sunday morning is that we are going to see a little bit more moisture, so that should hold things off, and that's going to be ahead of an approaching storm system. Now, while the best chance of rain stays south of us, we are going to see some areas of clouds and even some patchy light rain, a little bit of drizzle. It's not a huge impact, but we'll see more clouds nonetheless. Hard to see, of course, from our Carolina camera network, but overall things are not looking too bad out there tonight. But you can kind of see the system approaching here from the west. It is the classic setup where we talk about often virga, if you're familiar with the term. We've done weather IQs on it. We mentioned a lot during this time of year, but we know that moisture will be there. That's why we're going to see clouds tomorrow morning. But you think high up in the atmosphere, here's the moisture. Sometimes rain actually falls from the clouds, but because the air is too dry near the ground, it evaporates. It's known as virga. We also sometimes will call it snurga when it's snow. And so this will likely be an impact heading into tomorrow morning. So really the question mark is, can we saturate the air enough to see some of that light rain and drizzle fall? You can see a few little pockets here of green mixing in, but it's not going to be a big impact. Most of that happens in the morning. We will get some sunshine mixing in by the afternoon, but then a secondary storm system actually is approaching the region by Sunday night. This will provide our best chance of rain actually for the entire week. It's going to move in Sunday night and into Monday morning. We will likely see an impact to your Monday morning commute. Off and on rain is really the name of the game here on Monday, but then that quickly moves out by Monday afternoon, and then really the rest of the week looks pretty nice. In fact, Tuesday and Wednesday will be some of the nicest days that we have had in quite some time. So even though we briefly see this cool down, briefly see a little bit of rain, which will likely lower those pollen levels slightly, it's not going to be a long-term solution because we eventually do rebound with those temperatures back in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees by Tuesday and Wednesday. So here's your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. You can see, of course, the time change tonight. Don't forget, y'all, you only have a little bit of time to make sure that those clocks are changed before we spring forward tonight. There's that rain chance with more clouds on Monday. Temperatures behind that cold front and because of the rain are going to be cooler, only in the upper 50s and lower 60s the next 2 days. But then we rebound nicely Tuesday and Wednesday. And then a nice little treat coming up here as you look at your Guy Roofing 7-day. Thursday night and into Friday morning, we'll be looking at a total lunar eclipse here in the United States. Right now, it does look like we'll see the clouds break in time to see a little bit of action there. But of course, we'll continue to fine tune that forecast over the next few days. After that, the next change comes next weekend as we'll bring in a few more opportunities for rain. It'll also be our next home match for Charlotte FC.
All right, looking forward to that beautiful looking forecast. Thanks so much for that, Brittany.